It's big night to celebrate art and culture, with royalty mixing with the Hollywood elite. Instead is mired in controversy this morning, the BBC apologising to BAFTA viewers after several obscene outbursts from Tourette's activist John Davidson were heard on a broadcast. Davidson is the inspiration for the movie I Swear, which was nominated for 6 awards and took home the leading actor BAFTA. He was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome at the age of 12. It's a neurological condition that can cause involuntary movements and vocal tics, sometimes involving outbursts of inappropriate language. One such outburst heard on the broadcast was while Sinners stars Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were on stage.
Delroy and I are delighted to be presenting the first BAFTA of the night for a vital part of movie making.
A racial slur could be heard while the men presented the award for Best Visual Effects. Jordan and Lindo looked startled, but continued on. Host Alan Cumming later asking the audience for their understanding.
You may have heard some strong and offensive language tonight. Tourette's syndrome is a disability, and the tics you've heard tonight are involuntary, which means the person who has Tourette's syndrome has no control over their language. We apologise if you were offended.
All right, there you go. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Rob Judah, Los Angeles. And once again, we are hated among all nations. As you guys know, Sinners is nominated for at least about 7 to 8 nominations at the Academy Award. Most people predict that it may get the film of the year. It already received other awards from other countries for Best Screenplay, Best Director. Also, Ryan Coogler, the one that done Black Panther, is nominated for Best Director. So it might sweep the Oscars this year. But when it comes to us with these Oscars, we got to go through a humiliation type ritual, just like how Will Smith had to do it with slapping Chris Rock all of a sudden over a comedy skit that he said about his wife, which is, I think it was all staged in my opinion, to get that Oscar. As you know, he got the Best Actor award that year for King Richard. So once again, Esau is being Esau. Once again, they're going to blame it on disability, Tourette's syndrome with these tics. You know, well, Tourette's syndrome don't make you say racial slurs. I never heard of that. They usually say other stuff. But that was done on purpose, in my opinion, because when our children have disability, we don't get no passes. There's several times that the police had killed our children with all kind of disability, and they're not held accountable for their actions. It says when it comes to these other races, especially Esau, oh, don't mind, he has Tourette's syndrome, just let it go. But can we, when our children with Tourette's syndrome go out there and talk about the so-called Jewish man and call him a kike, or Hebrew, or Haibim, or whatever those racial slurs, or say synagogue of Satan, when one of their presenters say, what if one of our Tourette's children of our nation say, synagogue of Satan, synagogue of Satan, yeah, kike, you kike, you kike. There wouldn't be no excuse. And let me get this one thing straight. BBC has a delay button, so it shouldn't have even aired. Trust me, they got a delay button that they could make it not even air. It's like a 5-second delay for live broadcast since the whole Super Bowl Janet Jackson thing with Justin Timberlake. So don't let them fool you how that got on air on the BBC network, one of the biggest broadcast networks over there overseas, which is, I think it stands for the British Broadcast Channel or something like that. But that was done on purpose because they hate you, man. And that was probably, in my opinion, a humiliation ritual so they could get the Best Academy Award. Maybe they don't know about it, but I just find it awfully funny that they get nominated for all these movies, all these Oscar nominations, and they have to go through this scrutiny of getting called you know, the N-word on national TV at the BAFTA Awards. So I'm not buying it. I think it's a humiliation ritual so they can receive Ryan Coogler go get probably the best actor or the best director award, and maybe Ryan Coogler. I don't know. Maybe Orlando, or what was his name? Orlando Delroy Harris, or whatever his name is. Let me see. Let me look it up. Let me see. Sinners. I think his name, the brother's name is Delroy, or yeah, Delroy Lindo, the one that played Delta Slim. And of course, Michael B. Jordan that played Smoke as Stax. He played 2 characters in that movie, so he's getting nominated for Best Actor. So both of these brothers is up for nomination, man, for the Academy Award for Best. Actually, it's supposed to be a sweep. It's supposed to be a sweep for Best Picture for Sinners, Best Director, Best Screenplay, Best Actor, and Best Supporting Actor. So they probably let all 5 go through, but they have to go through a humiliation ritual, which is saying this guy had Tourette's syndrome. And I think that was done on purpose, my opinion, because Esau being Esau. And if you want anything in their kingdom, you got to go through a kind of like a hazing. Just like if you get into a sorority, you got to go through the hazing process. So Esau still, we're still in the Roman Empire according to the scriptures, So in my opinion, I think it was done on purpose. I don't believe anything about the Tourette's syndrome because, like I said, our children can't get out there with a disability and get any passes like that for the dominant society, which is Esau. They'll scrutinize us, saying that there's no place for that type of racial slurs. It's anti-Semitic. If we would have out there say, Senegal, Satan, Senegal, kike, we would have been canceled, man. So don't believe the hype. It's all smoke and mirrors, because that's all Hollywood is, smoke and mirrors. And we in the belly of the beast. So just gotta mind you, man, this is supposed to get 3 or 4 major awards at the Academy Awards next month. Like I said, it's supposed up for Best Picture, Best Director, which is Ryan Coogler from Black Panther. And we got, like I said, you got Delroy, I don't know why I keep referring to the name, Delroy Lindo. And you got Michael B. Jordan, of course. So, to me, it's just Esau being Esau. So we'll bring some scriptures in there. I'll bring some scriptures how you are still hated among all nations because you are God's chosen people. So no matter what you do in this kingdom, you're still under the rulership of Esau, Edom. So don't let anybody think that we're still equal. It's still an even playing field. It's not. We're still under the rulership and thumb, under the curses the Most High put us under for our disobedience. So, just wanted to bring that out, get a quick lesson that no matter what, no matter how many acolytes you get in this kingdom, you still will be called that N-word or whatever racial slurs they want to call you. And it was done purposely, in my opinion. But yeah, let me go ahead and get some scriptures, and we'll end the video. And just go ahead and keep on doing what you guys do, Israel, and keep the faith, because this kingdom is coming to the end. All right, so let me go ahead and get some scriptures. Okay, we're going to do Matthew 24:9. And the scriptures say, Then shall they deliver you up to the afflicted, and shall kill you, and you shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. So you should be hated among all nations, even though we're admired among all nations. But pretty much all nations hate the so-called black person, man. They say we dirty, we're loud, we smell. Even the so-called Mexicans, which is the tribe of Issachar, they hate us, man. They say that we loud, we're dirty, we they got that Spaniard mind frame. They think from the tribe of they think they're Edomites, they think they're Spaniards, but they're not. But that's the mind frame out here in Los Angeles, man. But let me go ahead and get some more scriptures. Hold on. Let me get some more facts that these other nations hate us, man. Especially Esau. He's the head evildoer of the planet. Okay, we'll get the book of Genesis. And this is Genesis 27, verse 41. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, the days of mourning for my father are near, then I will kill my brother Jacob. So even though he made the deal with his brother Jacob, which he knew he was going to give up his birthright for a pot of stew, because he said he was dying. He came from the field. He was working hard. He said he was just going to die. He had to have that red pot of stew. He sold his birthright, and this man wanted to kill Jacob after a deal that he made. So he wanted to renege on this deal, and that's a so-called white man. The white man makes treaties and deals, and then he breaks the deals. It's like he done with the Native Americans. It's like he done with us out of slavery. He promised us to give us 40 acres and a meal. So that's who this man is. He's a treaty breaker. He's a treaty breaker. He's a liar, man. The scriptures say when he comes out the womb, he comes speaking lies. So that's what this man does, man. Let me go ahead and get that. Shalom. So this is a second part. My camera cut off. So yeah, I was speaking that as soon as they come out of the womb, the wicked speaking lies. Let me go ahead and get that. Yeah, so as soon as the wicked comes out of the womb, which is Esau, the so-called white man, the treaty breaker, the conqueror, the slayer, the devourer of lands, and they make you sign these treaties. And the treaties is you got to give up your resources, man. So that's what exactly this man do, man. He's a treaty breaker. He's a liar. And he's a deceiver. He's a deceiver. That's why we call him the devil. The devil don't mean a red man with a pitchfork poking at you with these flames behind him, and you go, and it's some kind of devil, red character with horns. No, if you look up devil, it means strictly a deceiver, and we all know who's a deceiver on the planet. We all know who went to Iraq and lied and said Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction, and then they couldn't find not one weapon. Not one. They got all these satellites, they got all these spies over there, and the UN didn't find one weapon of mass destruction, and they took over the oil wells. Now Trump went into Venezuela and lied to the American people and said that the president was some kind of big drug cartel floating all kind of drugs into our country when they have the biggest oil resources in the world over there. So now Trump and his cronies is over there pillaging the oil. They taking over. So this man is the synagogue of Satan. So that's what it is, man. So, like I said, to get these rituals, these acolytes, these awards, these roles, you got to deal with Amalek, which is the head Edomite or the head synagogue of Satan that gives you these acolytes, these movie roles, these loans. Amalek, which is so-called Jewish people. So if you want anything in this kingdom, you got to go through them. So I didn't bring up the scripture because of the camera. So I think it was Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So that's what the so-called white man do. Soon as she come out of the womb, he gets around these influencers, or I'm gonna say around people of his nation, and they plot and they plot and they plot, and they could never stay still. You notice Esau in the Bible say he was a keen hunter. He can't stay still. He always gotta be in somebody's country, gotta be in somebody's business. He gotta send the CIA to cause turmoil in the country and overthrow it. And then he puts who he wants in that region to control it. Just like he done in Israel. We all know that it was the Ottoman Turks who was over there that was maintaining the land, and the British people went in there and fought the Ottoman Turks and put all these so-called Jewish, and I'm doing it with the quotes, Jewish, I'm doing it with the quote hands, and got them for Poland, England, Germany, America, and put them in there and called it the state of Israel. These people have no ties to that land, but the British put them in there. You can look it up. The British Mandate put them in there in the early 40s. I don't know exactly what date it was. I think it was 42 or 44 or something like that. Let me look up the date. The British Mandate, so I'll give you accurate details. Hold on. But anyways, it was the British put them in there. Okay, according to Google, it says the British Mandate for Palestine was 1920 to 1948. A League of Nations administrative agreement with Britain following the World War I, controlling the modern-day Israel, Palestine, and Jordan, and its formalized Balfour Declaration to establish a Jewish national home while maintaining tensions between Zionists and separatist Palestine, Arab, and demands for independence. The period was marked by massive Jewish immigration. Shalom, shalom. So I'm running out of film. So yeah, so basically the British put them in there. Like I said, I'll read it real quick because I only got 2 minutes left. So the British Mandate in Palestine was 1920, 1948, with a League of Nations administration granted to the Britain following the World War II, control of modern-day Israel, Palestine, and Jordan. It formalized the Balfour Declaration to establish a Jewish national home while managing tensions between Zionist aspiration and Palestine Arab demands for independence. The period was marked by massive Jewish immigration, violence, and ultimately led to the 1948 Arab and Israel War. So that land was promised to the Arabs. The Arabs went up there to the British and said, we want the Ottoman Turks out of there. That's our land. The British agreed to it, but they double-crossed the Arabs and put their people in there. That's what this man does. He's a treaty breaker. He's going to fool you. He's going to do, like Karate Kid, sweep the leg. You guys remember that scene? When Daniel's son had that leg and he said, sweep the leg, even though that was an illegal move. So that's what the so-called white man do. He gonna sweep that leg, man. He gonna pivot on you, man. He gonna hit you with the Heisman. He gonna pivot on you. So I'm Rob Judah from Los Angeles. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. All praises to the Most High. And you guys just go ahead and do the studying, man. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shah. All praises. Rob Judah, Los Angeles. I'm out.
The problem exists because white people think they're better than black people, and they want to oppress us, and they want us to allow ourselves to be oppressed.
This is I agree with you perfectly. This is the basic problem.
Then what do you
that
want to
white
talk to me
people
about?
think they're better
What's it
than
that I can
others.
do? I can't solve the problem. You guys pull the strings that close schools. You guys draw the boundaries that keep our kids restricted to the ghetto. You guys write up the restrictive covenants that keep us out of houses. So it's up to you to talk to your brothers and your sisters and persuade them that they have a responsibility. We've assumed ours for over 400 years, and we're tired of this kind of stuff now. We're not going to suffer patiently anymore. No more turning the other cheek. No more blessing our enemies. No more praying for those who despitefully use us. We're going to show you that we've learned the lessons you've taught us. We've studied your history, and you did not take over this country by singing "We Shall Overcome." You did not gain control of the world like you have it now by dealing fairly with a man and keeping your word. You're treaty breakers, you're liars, you're thieves, you rape entire continents and races of people. Then you wonder why these very people don't have any confidence or trust in you. Your religion means nothing. Your law is a farce, and we see it every day. You demonstrated it in Alabama.
This, Senator Crane, is from the United States government.
Do you understand?
I speak your language.
Good. Well, Senator Crane has come here to offer your people a better way of life.
Better than what?
Better than what you have.
I like what I have.
I understand that.
But
your people live in the Stone Age. We live at the beginning of a great industrial revolution.
He doesn't understand why
Chief, the United States government is offering you a piece of land of your own.
We have our own land.
No, it's not yours. It's the U.S. government's.
Did they buy it?
No.
Did they trade for it?
It's not like that.
Then how can they own it?
he has a point.
If you accept our offer, you won't have to hunt buffalo anymore or roam the prairie. You can depend on your country to take care of you.
You are not my country.
We will give you everything you need if you will just submit to living on a reservation.
We need nothing from you.
Mr. Durant, if we could just...
I'm done, Reverend. Good luck.
I do. Don't do that again.
Just let me go.
Listen and understand that Terminator is out there. It can't be bargained with. It can't be reasoned with. It doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear. And it absolutely will not stop. Ever. Until you are dead.
Can you stop it?
I don't know. With these weapons, I don't know.